Ah, massa. People don't want to live. They don't want to live all over the hack. Ah, I don't put that life no. Your life. You didn't see me. Wow, baby. Oh, people don't want me to talk. It's not free so. Massa. What? I will tell you, say, I'll be live shortly. Oh. I don't close the other page. Okay. Do you get me, please? If you get me, just type that you get me. Where? Ah, God. Do you get me? Do you get me? If you get me, please say yes so that I can continue. Why the like we must stop? Ah. Okay. All right. All right. We are going to continue. We are going to continue. So all right, I see. Okay, you get me. So let us continue. By the way, I want to welcome. I will start back from ground zero. I don't call ground zero. I will start back from point zero because but you spare me that we'll get just 30 minutes of this live show. All right, I can see people typing that they do get me. Thanks for being patient. Twice somebody tried to get into my system. I don't know. I was just live and boom, it stopped. Asking me to go live again. But we are going to talk. I'm going to talk. Whether they like it or not, I'm going to talk. So you get me 5 on 5. Thank you. Thanks for staying for staying with me. Again, let me just welcome everyone, those who are in ground zero, in Southern Cameroon, those who are in La République, and those who are in the diaspora. You are welcome to this live show. Today, I was talking about 3 major issues. I'm talking about the issue of the UK humanitarian aid, talk about also the so-called disarmament committee, and the latest political mind games by Mr. Bareta Biya, president of Cameroun, La République du Cameroun. But before we go on, I want to remind all of us that we should have behind our mind, we should recall that we are in this revolution because of the root cause. I want to lay the foundation before I continue. And the root cause is that it is how these two Cameroons, the former British Southern Cameroons and La Republic of Cameroon, how they came together. That's the root cause. And luckily for us, the United Nations, in some months back when this struggle started, they called on Mr. Biya to address the root cause. So whatever is happening in our revolutions now, whether it is what from La Republique side or from Southern Cameroon side, it is all about, it's all about distractions, and we cannot lose track. So today I will talk about very briefly the UK 8, the Development Committee, and Mr. Biya's recent decree releasing 289 Southern Cameroonians. I'm going to interlink them. But first, we've seen people. Some people are saying UK, true. The United Kingdom, they have not come out forcefully to intervene, to condemn in the present crisis. But what they have done today, we have seen it. If you go to the UK government website, you see that they have offered 2.3 million euros to UNICEF. Recall, they did not give to Cameroon government. China, some few months back, gave money to Cameroon government, but UK, they have given their own money to UNICEF, and UNICEF is a UN agency. Now you see the difference. For those who are politicians, those who have done international relations, those who study how this thing works, you will agree with me that it begins first from a humanitarian aspect. The fact that the United Kingdom, they have sent out today through their government website, they have sent out 2.3 million to UNICEF, and they say it's humanitarian issue because it is deteriorating. It's a big boost to our revolution. And it means they have officially now endorsed and agreed that there is a humanitarian crisis. And that humanitarian crisis is coming as a result of fighting between both sides, between the Southern Cameroon's restoration forces, you call them Amber Boys, you call them self-defense forces, and Cameroon forces. That is what they said on their website. They said Anglophone separatists and Cameroon forces. As a result of this, there is a humanitarian crisis. For those who are in UN agencies, those who have studied how these things happen in the world, you see that it begins from countries saying, hey, there is a humanitarian crisis. And under the humanitarian crisis, they now move now to a political solution within the UN Security Council or within the UN General Assembly. And so this is a big move. And so Mr. Biya, I'm saying that Mr. Biya is a master manipulator because he knows that the international community, they are gradually coming towards that angle in which they have to say, hey, there has to be now an official intervention. Mr. Biya comes now with his grand move, to declare 289 people free. To do what? To divert the attention of the world, to divert the attention of all the big media. Now, what has happened? All the big media, CNN, BBC, they're not talking about Mr. Biya pardoning Southern Cameroonians 289. 289 looks big, but it is chicken change. It is chicken change. It is small. So look at this election. Today, the UK government came out powerfully. This is a link that I want you to know. They came out powerfully in what they call humanitarian aspect. And they said there is a humanitarian crisis in Cameroon. And they did not give their aid to Cameroon government. Take note. They would have said, hey, Cameroon government, take the aid. But it's because they do not trust the Cameroon government. It's because they realize that these are two parties. Because if they give it to Cameroon government, it means us, the separatists, or us, the Cameroonians, we're not going to trust because you don't give any gift to Cameroon government for Cameroon government to give to us, and you expect us to accept it. So they were very wise. They gave it to UN. They gave it to UNICEF. And UNICEF, all of that, those are UN agencies. So, Mr. Biya, sitting in his office, I'm telling you that Mr. Biya had no plans today to release Southern Cameroonians. He said they are misdemeanors. That's minor crimes. It means those 289 people released are people that they just handle somewhere. They just picked and took. I said, okay, release. So, you see the link. Mr. Biya is doing what? I said Mr. Biya is very intelligent. He wants, and now, how does it now relate now to a committee. Mr. Biya is trying to empower the committee because he knows that our forces, our people, we have rejected the so-called committee. So this move of saying that 289 persons have been released or they have been stopped, what will you do? It will now play into the political mindset. It will play into the psychology of so-called restoration forces to say, okay, now, when these people are G people now, when they bring say, hey, we are laying down our arms because Mr. Biya has yet our cries, he has released our borders. Fake news. So you see how this is related. One, the first is that Mr. Biya is afraid that the United Kingdom has now officially said there is a humanitarian crisis, and they have sent the money to UNCF, not to Cameroun government like China did. China took their own money and said, "Oh yeah, Cameroun government take." That money is going to pay for conferences like the World Bank today. The World Bank has accused Mr. Biya's government that they take money, they spend most of their money, 57%, for conferences, for fuel. And so what China did was, China took their own money for aid and said, "Oh yeah, Cameroun government, oh yeah, take." But UK government says, "No, we are sending our money to UNICEF." And I'm telling you that for those of you who understand these things, we know that the UK government, they have to do much. But believe me, it is good news for us because it is the first stage in any official intervention in any conflict region. When another country says they can't go through the government of that country to provide help, when another country says there is a humanitarian crisis, it means now that another two people are fighting, the Cameroon forces and the Southern Cameroon's restoration forces, or you call them non-state armed groups, or you call them armed groups. All is a matter of semantics. And Mr. Biya knowing these things, because the world is saying that you must dialogue, what is Mr. Biya doing? Hey, he just sits in his bed, he gets up, because Cameroon is a land of decrees. It's a land of decrees that Mr. Biya cannot sleep one day and just send a decree. Oh yeah, release. So that's what he did. He did. Naturally, we should be expecting Mr. Biya on the 31st when he has his New Year's speech. Or New Year's speech, okay, for New Year, let me not send a decree to release. But he is doing it early enough because the diplomatic cycles is punching on him. And because our forces, our real and genuine Amber boys, they have rubbished the so-called disarmament committee. So this move today from Mr. Biya, what is the political implications? Mr. Biya is playing into the psychology of Southern Cameroonians. He is playing to those who are abroad. He is playing to maybe those other Amber boys and say, "Hey, Mr. Biya has done something. He has released our brothers and sisters." And then, therefore, it will be now a move for now the so-called committee to say, "Hey, these people are laying their arms." One, because Mr. Biya has made a gesture to release. So you see how it is linked. I have come to neutralize all these thoughts to say, listen, we are not happy that Mr. Biya has released or has signed a decree to release 289 Southern Cameroonians. 289 is chicken change. We have more than 1,000 Southern Cameroonians in Yaoundé, in Boya, and in Dola. I said more than 1,000. What is 289? And when Mr. Biya does that, he thinks we should come and say and clap. No. There is no clap in for Mr. Biya. No way. There is no clapping. We are happy that our people have been released. In the first place, Mr. Biya has no choice, because he will eventually make sure he releases all the more than 1,000 in his jail, even those that he has condemned. He has to release them. So we are not in that era saying no. Saying we should thank Mr. Biya. Don't thank him. In fact, the arrest and detention of Southern Cameroonians was first and foremost a political distraction. When Mr. Biya was arresting our people from ground zero and kept in the jail, what was he doing? He was doing what we call a psychological disturbance to disturb us, to distress us. So, I've told you that the root cause of our revolution is that we want these two Cameroon's parties to sit down and talk. We were not out here fighting that Mr. Biya should release. No. We are only adding that release our people because it's a reaction of an action of the regime of Biya. So the release of some Cameroonians, wherever they are, does not, in fact, it is not part and parcel of the way we were out. So the arrest was a political discussion to destabilize us. But because we stood out as one man, that the arrest of Bala, of Fontaine, and Aya, Mancho, and even their sentencing, and even Bala's release did not stop us from doing what we are doing. The so-called release of 289 Ambazonians will not and shall not dread our path. In fact, it has to give us a political boost. It has to send a message that Saudi Cameroonian forces, we must, in fact, now, we must make sure in fact, I endorse the Tatos. I heard Tatos talking about that each family should buy one AK. Yes, now, each family, the Baras family, Congo's family, Agos family, Zip family must buy now one AK to make sure we give each family one AK-47. It means we have to triple and double our resistance because it is only our resistance that will make sure that the souls of those who have gone before us, marked with the sign of faith, is rested. Yes, go to Solan, go to Munyenge, go to Fako, go to Meme. Everywhere is filled with blood. The soil is filled with blood. Yes. In fact, blood now is the thing which is nourishing our soils. So, you must understand that we have more than 1,000 in the jails of Yaoundé, in the jails of Bala, in Boya, Babenda, everywhere. 289 is just a small distraction. It's a distraction to derail our attention towards the humanitarian crisis that the UK government has announced. And because this is the first step, soon you will hear the UK government say, okay, now it is time for us now to intervene officially. They begin from first step, humanitarian aspect. When they get humanitarian, they move to the next step. It is just the normal diplomatic steps in every war-torn area. So Ambazonians should be happy, should be grateful that the UK government has now officially said there is a humanitarian crisis between fighting between both forces, Saudi Cameroon forces and Cameroon forces. It's a big step. And so, Mr. Biya says, no. The UK government cannot act like that. Hey! Mr. Biya sits and says, hey. He said, he probably called Atan Aponji. He said, but tell me, what can I do to divert the international media? What can I do to divert the attention of this UK's government move? And they say, Pa, just sign release. You know, you are pen heavy. Just sign release. You say you don't disconnect 289. That number will look big. And Mr. Biya signs it. Oh, yeah, the world media has not picked it up. But those of us in Saudi Cameroon, those of us that we want the statehood of something, we say it is a distraction. We are happy that our people, in the first place, they were illegally arrested. In the first place, they were abducted. Which means those 89, they have to charge Cameroon to court. Yes, for illegally detaining our people. In the first place, Mr. Biya did wrong to arrest and detain our people. So we are happy that our people, they have their freedom. They have their freedom. We don't know who amongst them. They said misdemeanors. It means there is no Ayok Stabe there. There is no Mancho there. There is no Penterence. There are no people there. And he thinks that he can use 289 to fool us. He should be aware that the revolution continues until we have both parties sit down to sort out a political solution. And so, Saudi Cameroonians, we should be happy. I don't want to see anyone say, no. Mr. Biya has done us no favor because in the first place, he did us no favor by arresting families of 289 who have families, who have wives, who have children, most of them, they will come out, they have lost their jobs, most of them will come out, they will realize that their kids, their family, they have been killed by the same regime. So Mr. Biya has done us no favor in signing that decree to say no. We have done ourselves favor by making sure that we continue the resistance to ensure that all is being released. And what we are saying is that Mr. Paul Biya or Cameroun must make sure all political prisoners, all prisoners of conscience, all prisoners of war must be released. They must be released. That is an unconditional move. Yes, if Mr. Biya wants to dialogue, he must make sure he releases all political prisoners. We don't want one. Don't tell us that no. He has released some. Lie to lie. In the first place, he created a committee to disarm out of bad faith. Conventionally, you have to create a committee to disarm. Look at the way in Congo. What do? In that committee, you bring trustworthy individuals. In that committee, you bring people from both parties. And they will be the ones that to make sure that they disarm. And that committee comes at the end out of dialogue. A committee to disarm comes at the end out of dialogue. In fact, a committee to disarm is a result of a political dialogue. It's a result of a political agreement. It's a result of a political negotiation. And so when Mr. Biya signs that disarmament committee, no. He is not, Mr. Biya has no intention to disarm us. No. What he is doing, he wants to destabilize our forces. In fact, he wants to cause a major rift between our forces. And what he's going to do, Mr. Biya will use money. He will use money. And he's going to use Anglophones. He will use attack upon Jesus. He will use all those people in the government to give them money. Say, now, can you now go and stage manage people dropping their weapons? Like I told you, in a few months, you will see, in a few days, people dropping their weapons. Those are stage manage. If Mr. Biya was sincere about people dropping their weapons, when people drop their weapons, it means they have discussed. There is an agreement to reintegrate them either into a newly created military. But he has not done that, which means it is done out of bad faith. That committee is meant to destabilize our forces, to use money to bribe them, so that when, for example, one drops and one uses money, the rest will follow. So we are saying that we are above that. And thank God, our forces also responded with fire for fire. They responded with iron for iron. And they have shown all that Philemon Yang or Fine Yengo or Gapsa or Fonte that we are not going to disarm, because we have the right to self-determination. And self-defense is an inalienable right given by both God and man. It's a right impediment upon us that we will defend our land and defend it till the end. So, Mr. Biya now say, okay, what can I do to give political weight to the committee? So, Mr. Biya move today is twofold. The first one is to cause a diversion on the mindset of the world, so that the world should not receive the fact that UK has officially declared the war in Cameroun as a humanitarian crisis. This diversion will not cause the world media to focus only on what? To focus only on the issue of the so-called 289 people release. And the second is that Mr. Biya wants to give now his committee some political weight, so that when in the future those fake guys stage by the committee to say we are not preserving our weapons, it should be that it is because Mr. has released our borders. That's why we are acting. Fake news. We have been able to diagnose and dissect this issue. That is why I'm saying today, I endorse the move of today. Now, each family, you must buy 1 AK. Yes, each family should donate 1 AK. The Barras family, Congos, Ndips, Agbons, Peters, all family, the Nibas, the Ndivers, the Moluas, all family must now buy 1 AK and make sure, listen, we are many families. If all families donate money, it means in your family, if you are from neighbor family, each family brings $10. You will buy 1 AK to give to one group on ground zero. You give to any group of their choice. Any of their choice. 1 AK. Which means we must multiply. We must multiply the resistance of our revolution. So, fellow Ambazonians, we just not gonna say, hey, and clap, say, oh, Mr. Biya. No. There is no clapping. Mr. Biya has done the favor. In fact, he has caused pains to 289 families for keeping their kids there for months. He has caused pains for 289 families who had no food. He has caused pains for 289 families that will come out and see their homes burnt. He has caused pains to 289 families that will come out and see that their mothers, their children, their relatives, their friends, their compounds have been killed, have been burned. That is what 289 will come out and see. And we don't care to know who amongst them are 289. He says, minor me, and it means that people like Ayo Julius Tabe, Tassan Wilfred, Macho BBC, Ben Terence, Patrick Dango, Joe Dang, all these people in jail means they are not among the so-called 29. And so therefore, while we welcome the movement, we are happy only for the fact that our people, the 289 who were condemned, who were imprisoned, who were made to suffer, they will be having their freedom. But that freedom doesn't end with them, because we are not out there. We are not out there saying that release. No. We only added the fact that release our people because it came as a distraction. Understand? Yes, the root cause of the war is that our people, we want a political solution to resolve the issue between both Cameroons. When Mr. Biya arrested our people, he caused a major political disturbance. But because we are a people that we are focused, because we are people that we are, our head is on the prize, those arrested did not delay us. If those Mr. Biya keeps naming them, the Benin massacre, the Battle Bomb massacre, everyone they are skilled. If it has not delayed us, the release of 289 shall not delay us. Because those are all distractions. We keep our mind on the price, here we go. So, fellow Ambazonians, that is the message I want to bring to you. So, as we go out there today, talking about it, I want you to keep behind your mind that this move from Mr. Biya, none of you should go out there to it. No, we cannot praise him. We cannot thank him. We cannot say thank you. No. Mr. Biya signed a committee to disarm, but you send a committee to disarm. What do? You instead give more weapons. From the day Mr. Biya signed to disarm, he gave more weapons to his people. They have killed more of our people. They have burnt parents in Meduf alive. So, what is the so-called nonsense of disarming? Is it that only Amba will disarm? In a normal convention, people who disarm are both parties. It means both militaries pull out as okay, we are stopping, and now they now disarm. Mr. Biya will not sign a decree claiming that he has this proposal to disarm, then still sending his forces to maim, to massacre and kill our people. No way. Fellow Amazonians, be very watchful. These are the political of our time. I told you that if the committee is a stage managed, it's just a move to lure Amber boys, to use fake guys that will come and say, we are dropping. And Mr. Biya is building a case. He is building a case towards the end of December. In his speech, Mr. Biya will say, I signed a decree to disarm. He now says, I have released 289. And then he will say, as a result of this, these people that have now disarmed, he will say, is a gradual process. And he will use that to fool the community. The community out there. Now the community out there, what would they think? They say, oh, we think Mr. Biya is taking steps. He has created a committee, and that committee is fake. Because the committee does not involve both parties. The committee, it never came out of political dialogue, out of political agreement. That's what you use to fool the inter committee. And then you say, you see, I have released 289 as a sign of good faith. No. It is our right. It is no sign of good faith. No way. And that is why the reason why we are increasing our resistance is because we want all in jail to be out. It is simple. And I think that the Indian government, all the groups, Ambazonians, we agree on these basic principles that if there must be any political dialogue between both parties, we will need every single prisoner in Daido, New Bel, in Konengi, in Set, in Bamenda, in Manfe, in Kumba, in Boya, all to be released back to their families. Mr. Biya must pull his troops out of Ambazonia. Then, in the presence of a third party, we can now sit and talk like boys, equal on equal table. You know, Mr. Biya sit on that end, our leaders on this end, and then we can now talk like two people equal in status. Yes, yes. So it is no good faith. Fellow Ambazonians, as you are out there, that's the message I want to bring to you. So go out there, spread the message, and tell the world that we know our rights. We know where we are in this revolution. And while we welcome those 289, we tell them, welcome home. Those 29, in the future, when they come, please welcome them. The families, welcome them. Take them to hospitals. They should do check up. Give them enough food and allow them to rest. As for us that we are still alive, for us that we still have life, we will continue to prosecute the revolution. And then we call all our forces, our boys, both not in the zone, to keep on, as we keep our eyes on the prize. We do not care. Even if today, Mr. Biya released Ayon Julo Stabe, today, it will not end. It will only end when both parties sit down on the same table to dialogue. We have said dialogue is the end point. That is the end point. The release of any person, these are all issues that they did to distract us. Dialogue negotiation is the end point, and that must take place in the presence of two parties based on the root cause. And the root cause is how La Republic came into Southern Cameroons. That is what we're going to talk so that we can now decide our political fate as equals. Thank you very much. This live show will now come to an end. I hope that you have taken the message. Take this message back to our people wherever you're going. Tell them and tell the world that that move from Mr. Biya, we are only happy because our brothers, our sisters, our parents, uncles are out. But the war, the crisis, the conflict, the revolution continues until there is a political negotiation on the root cause of our crisis. Thank you very much. And may God bless Ambazonia. Short live our revolution. See you in the next few hours. Bye-bye.